Hello, everybody. We should be online just about now. Twitch isn't live. Fixed. There we go. Twitch should be live now. Alright, so I'm just gonna be spending the evening / morning, depending on how long it takes, playing some .hack Mutation. This is the second game in the series. You can probably find a playlist on YouTube where I talk about this a little more. But basically, there are 4 prequels to .hack GU. They are Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine. I have all 4 original discs, but if you want to get these 4, it is, how do I phrase this? You're probably going to have to pirate it. There's been no re-releases, and you'll find very often that when you go to buy these online, they are super expensive. Not only are they super expensive, but a lot of them turn out to be burned discs and not actually originals. There's a lot of counterfeit retro out there, so you got to be careful when, going to buy a quote-unquote legal copy. Also, none of the people are still working in their original positions, so supporting the developers isn't actually something you can do. It's simply not possible. Anyway, after these 4 games, there's the .hack GU Recode on Steam, which is the 3 GU series, the 3 GU games bundled into one game, and that is the sequel to these games. If you want to know the full context, it's like .hack Sign, the Japanese cartoon, followed by these 4 games, followed by .hack Roots, which isn't very good, followed by .hack GU, which are the best games in the series, no question about it. Only if you're a stickler for the story and continuity and stuff would you want to play through all these, because these are significantly worse gameplay wise than GU. GU has tons of quality of life. Anyway, this here is running through an emulator because the originals were not widescreen, and I have installed a widescreen patch. That is the mod that I am using. Otherwise, it's the original game. There are live streams on YouTube in my, there are live streams on YouTube in my playlist where we actually go over the previous games and whatnot. Like, I've already done the .hack GU, what is it called? I've done .hack Infection. I finished that up completely, even did the optional content at the end. Now I'm going to really quick push this stream to YouTube since YouTube doesn't want to show it. There we go. Cool. Alright, it should be public now. So yes, .hack part 2 of 4. This is called Mutation. And so we're going to check the mail here. Looks like Linda's telling us about a strange room. Balmung, who is, he's the partner of our best friend, Orca. Orca and Balmung were the strongest players in the game. Unfortunately, on your first day playing this game, Orca gets put into a coma, and you have to figure out what in a video game could possibly put someone into a coma, right? And so we're trying to investigate that by playing a video game. Kind of silly. The World is supposed to be an MMORPG where all this stuff is going down, where people are getting put into comas and disappearing, and glitched monsters are doing strange things. Monsters that weren't supposed to exist in the game. It's all being derived from an ancient poem known as the Epitaph of Twilight, which was actually used as the foundation for The World. And all of the weird stuff that happens is derived from that ancient poem. Anyway, Dying Madness Haunted Land is the area we're supposed to go investigate in the video game. Howdy, Anna. Now I'm noticing that I am not actually clicked into the game because, that would require me to be smart, I suppose. Let me mess with this really quick. Alright, I think we're good. I clicked into the game and nothing happened. Wonder if my controller's just given up. There we go. I got it. I can't actually hit up and down when I'm inside an email. That's what it is. I had to hit confirm or cancel. Anyway, they're just telling us I have to go to a new area. You'll notice that all of the, like, cosmetics, the wallpapers and stuff, these are all gotten by completing, basically, achievements in-game. And, that's no big deal. You watched Wizards today, and it was awesome. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Boschke's made any quote-unquote bad movies. He's made some weird movies, but I don't think any of his movies are bad. Now, give me a second while I mess with stuff here. The PS2s. Yes, well, the original PS2 didn't have widescreen, so we're cheating a little. This widescreen patch allows the game to function as widescreen without stretching it horribly. Okay, so we're going into the video game. We were on the main screen here. Well, let's look at the board. Apparently there's something on the bulletin board. Let's see, anything new? Looks like long time no see to the young lady. Oh, that's Bear! So Bear was one of the characters in the .hack sign cartoon that predated these 4 games, this series. So, I think I'll be able to access the world for the first time in a while. So, Mimaru is also from .hack sign. So they're basically just saying, hey, look, there's some of the characters from .hack sign are, appearing there. So, Rejecting Oblivious Wavemaster is the area where we can, in theory, find these characters from the Japanese cartoon. So, anyway, we're logging into the game now that we've seen them chatting on the bulletin board. You think they just email each other with that information, but, you know, not quite, I suppose. I don't know if I can get anyone else on my team right now. I'm definitely not doing all the grunty challenges. So, as much as I wanted to do all of the side content in the game, I don't think I have it in me to do that. There's just, how do I put this? I will do the optional areas. I will unlock the optional characters. But when it comes to mini games, I think I've lost the drive to do that. As much as I've already unlocked a handful of grunties already, you can see Bony Grunty hanging around town. I think I'll unlock 1 grunty per town so that I can use them as mounts. But otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of give up on that. Let's go to the Chaos Gate really quick and pop on in. There should be keywords for us to find in our word list. Here we go. Looks like Oblivious Wavemaster's on a completely different one there. This game had a movable camera, yeah. In fact, the tutorial talks about how there are 2 specific types of camera. Yeah, you see? Like, rotate your view. It's like, there's 4 camera control settings. So, just happens that camera control 1 is best because, you know, dual analog sticks. Oh boy. We're gonna go to another server really quick. Ooh. Changing servers over to the Highland City. We're gonna go see what's going on with these other people. Let's see here. You surprised how seldom camera movement was controllable in older games? Correct. I mean, honestly, a lot of older games depended on using quote-unquote fake 3D with pre-rendered backgrounds. The games with pre-rendered backgrounds really required that the camera be still, you know, like, and basically it would just account for multiple camera positions. And Resident Evil is a good example of that. Okay. Let's go in and have a chit-chat with Rejecting Oblivious Wavemaster. We're supposed to meet Bear and Mimaru there. Now, I'm gonna try to bring a party in. I don't think it'll let me, but I'm gonna give it a try. So let's go with our favorite girl here, Gardenia.
It's you. I'm on my way.
Good. And then, I guess, and technically everyone's like leveled up. I just need to get their affection rating up by having them in group. I don't really care about all the side characters, to be honest. But, Minstrel, yes. There we go.
Alrighty, I'm coming.
Hold on. She has very in-depth dialogue. You'll see in a second. Wait.
What? I have nothing to say.
That's it. That's her dialogue in most cases. What was the button for? There we go. Yes, we do have first-person view if we want it. It's kind of awful, but we can have it. We are basically level capped for this game, so we will tear through things much easier until toward the end when the stuff is capped as well. But we went ahead in previous streams and did some grinding. Let me double check my items to see if I've got anything that we can... Guess we can throw a flame rod in there. Now let's do that.
This spring has a strange feel. Maybe I should throw in a weapon or a piece of armor.
Yes. Remember in Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past when you threw something in the water and the fairy would appear and go, I'll give you something better in return? We're just gonna toss this flaming rod in there. That's Grandpa.
Was it a golden axe you dropped? Or was it a silver axe?
There are certain people who collect specifically golden or silver axes, in which case you can use this to gain them. However, if you select neither, it will modify the item. The item may become worse, it may become better.
What? Neither one? Let's see, then is it this? Just between us.
Okay, the just between us part means I am too high level for this area. The item I have is from a too high level area and cannot be modified by this low level grandpa. What that means is I will get a golden axe and a silver axe for free, both, instead of just one.
With a weapon of this level, there's nothing I can do. You'll have to go to a spring in a stronger server.
So I've completely... he is from basically the previous game at this point.
In consolation, take this.
Each game just adds more content to the previous game. All 4 games in the series are basically the same video game. It's just that they add more content to each subsequent one. And give you, like, some kind of extra gimmick.
See you later, alligator.
Crocodile. I've got a crocodile here, not an alligator. Okay, but yeah, I get it. Silver axe and a golden axe. That's fine. And we got our flaming rod back. We'll probably get rid of the silver axe and golden axe if there are any problems, but let's go ahead and activate a fairy orb to see what's around. There are a lot of chaos gates here. I don't know entirely what we're gonna do regarding, I think we're just gonna go in and not clear the area. So I'm gonna give myself a speed charm and then say goodbye to everything. Do I have one of those? Yes. Abdu! Okay. So we'll just use the speed charm to zoom past any monsters that spawn in. So far, we've avoided all the monsters, which is funny. But you'll see that Chaos Gate over there could spawn in a monster if we get too close. And that's why we're just kind of keeping our distance. We're gonna grab this shrine. You know, Diablo. We're waiting for them to show up because they have normal run speed. I could give them all speed charms, but you know why. So this shrine will give everybody a buff. And now we'll go in the dungeon. Right over here. Cool. So, once we hop in the dungeon, everything should be fine. Natsume?
Hey, do you know about the golden grunty?
A20.
What? Is that an item?
Yep, it's a really ugly item. I'm collecting them.
Huh.
Oh.
Okay. That's something, I guess.
I thought I could find one here.
No luck?
Any thoughts on Avowed? Avowed's probably going to be like the Outer Worlds, but Skyrim-ish. And I will probably enjoy it for like one playthrough and forget it exists, like the Outer Worlds. You know? That's my expectation. My expectation is it'll be serviceable. Decent. Okay. That's the best way to explain it. Like, I don't think it'll blow us all away, but I do think I'm gonna have some fun. And for some people, that's a huge disappointment. Anyway.
Nope, the monster was too strong, so I couldn't move ahead. I just kept running away on the field, and finally got to this point.
Alan, I don't know a whole lot about Dragon Quest. I played the original Dragon Warrior, and then I played the one where the princess was a horse. But that's it.
I can't go ahead any further just by myself.
Oh.
I'll come back again later.
So they are letting me bring companions into the story dungeon. That's good.
There's so many types of people.
There are. Okay. Fairy orb. And here's the dungeon. Whoa. Oh, geez. Skill drain. This is going to drain energy. All right, let's try... What kind are these? These are darkness type enemies. So I should use Thunder Coil to destroy him. He was not destroyed. Let's see. Got you through some tough times. I'm happy I was able to help. Anyway, we're going to order everyone to use skills, and I'm going to use Thunder Coil again and hopefully crit him. I know Thunder destroys darkness, if it works. These guys are tough, though. Like, really, really tough. Let's try Rhydon. Oh, Rhydon wrecked him. He's vulnerable to data drain. Let's do it. This is one of the cheat powers our character gets. It is not part of the video game. It's rather something that was granted to him by these forces out of game that are putting people in comas. Well, on the other side of that, the forces that are trying to more or less protect people are have given us the bracelet. In any case, him with Thunder Coil. He dead. Gardenia's pretty hurt, so we're gonna order everyone to first aid.
Hola, Rep.
And then they'll heal each other. Get used to hearing them yap. They will do it a lot. Now, this guy right here, I'm gonna try to use the magic again, because I think Rhydon just wrecked him last time. Yep, took half his health instantly. I'm gonna order everybody to use magic, actually. Everyone gets to use magic. Oh yeah, he's dead. Goodbye. So, I'm not going to bother clearing out the dungeon here entirely. I'm actually just going to move on to the next area. And the reason for that is, if I try to clear out the dungeon, a story sequence will probably happen and kick me out. Irritating, but true. Alright, we have to... So I have to switch to Union Battle, where all my allies will attack what I'm attacking. Because we need to kill that statue. That statue can revive enemies who die in front of it. Okay. And you can see it's dead. And it looks like it wasn't able to revive the enemy because it was in the middle of an action at the time. That's good. But now we know that the revival enemies, will have to prioritize them over everything else. Meaning switching between Wonder and Union Battle depending on the situation. But we can switch back to Wonder Battle and then have everyone use magic. Because these pumpkin guys are super weak to ride on. And you can see how they're at low health now. Everyone use magic and ride on. Good. We'll go ahead and use the data drain on this one. We have to be careful with how much we data drain because our infection rate goes up, and if it maxes out, we can get a game over. Just unceremoniously game over. But at these lower infection levels, I can turn these enemies into items. And, well, it's just super loot in the dungeon. So, as you can see, the bracelet went out of control briefly, and we had a spell cast on us, but it was a positive spell. That's decent. Anyway, we can destroy these corpses here, and sometimes they have a spell scroll on them. The corpses actually respawn when you leave a room and re-enter a room, which is kind of weird, but it just means you can enter a room and leave a room rapidly and grab stuff. Now, let's use magic. Okay. Same deal here. Now, you'll notice that the infection gauge kind of has a slight, like, almost yellow hue around it. It will change to red, and then you will die. So what we do is we kill normal monsters without using the bracelet, and that will actually bring it back to green. That's basically how we kind of balance it out. Our looting versus potential death. Okay. That one's dead. And they're all dead. Good. Now you notice we only earn 1 EXP, and that's because we are essentially level capped. When I say essentially level capped, I mean that technically we aren't, but we have hit the point now. Level 50 is kind of the end game. We're in an area that's level 30-ish because the story demands it of us. At least a side quest we're doing right now. But, yeah, we're not really earning experience points. We're just looting items that we can sell. So, we have to order everyone. Whoops. Okay, someone just tried to revive. Yeah. Okay, so basically an enemy died and then was immediately revived. And it's this guy who's doing that. See, he immediately revived the enemy again. So, we have to focus on this little statue, kill it, and then we can kill the normal enemies. And yes, it is possible for multiple statues to spawn and for them to heal or revive each other. Meaning that if that occurs, we switch it from Union Battle over to Wonder Battle and basically have allies spread out and keep the enemies occupied while we murder them one by one. Disarm, trap. Okay. But yeah, it's a lot of dungeon crawling. This is primarily a dungeon crawler. Eggs. Green Gale. Let's use a fairy orb so I can see what the hell's around. I think they both lead to the same direction. I'm gonna be pissed if one's a dead end. Use speed. Buff effect combat rotation. No. The speed buff just makes me run faster. We have to kill this thing first. I'm gonna order everyone to use skins. And I am going to use Annie. No, that's a thunder type, Annie don't. Okay, you see the elemental hit just reduced its health to basically nothing. Now we can kill the pumpkin guy with Rhydon. Okay. First aid. There's another Chaos Gate, or a magic portal, I should say, on the other side. Chaos Gates are the things you use to get to areas, and magic portals are the things where enemies come out. How do you feel about Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts was pretty fun. I like the original Kingdom Hearts. I have never played the 1.9 whatever remaster releases. So, my experience was very different from people who play it now. Very, very different. Because, what do you call it? Kingdom Hearts now talks about nobodies and, you know, the heart, not the heartless, but the nobody, yeah, the nobodies and the mark of mastery keyblade wielders. You know that Sora was supposed to be the only keyblade wielder, right? It was the keyblade. Only one. Yeah. I really wish that they had focused on the Disney worlds a lot more in the sequels. Oh. Kingdom Hearts became its own thing. Yes. Yes. Anyway, I wasn't a fan of Chain of Memories, so when Kingdom Hearts came around to 2, it was like, what the fuck is going on? This is a dead end. I'm pissed. I have to fight my way through. You couldn't get past the intro of 2? Well, the intro of 2 is, like, there's a different game that's just that. Like, just that dude, Roxas. I actually liked that intro. The problem is it meanders off into really weird directions. Also, they retcon Dancing the Wise into being another dude. Okay. Should you not play 3? A lot of people have differing opinions on 3. I have not played it myself. I played 1 and 2, and I have played a smattering of portable games that kind of take place in the middle. And, yeah, I did not appreciate the others like I did the original back in the day. Gotta go completely around this. 3 abandons the Final Fantasy part, more or less. Well, the real issue is that Kingdom Hearts originally was like 10% its own thing and 90% Disney, right? Disney worlds. And then, I'm just taking my shoes off. Kingdom Hearts 2 was like 80% its own thing and 20% Disney. And then, like, the Disney games just ended up becoming vestigial, where they existed, but they didn't mean anything to the plot. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's, where I was like, oh. The Final Fantasy stuff was also, from the very beginning, more Easter eggs than anything else. It was mainly the first game. The first game, with the exception, when I say the first game, I'm not talking about like the 1.9 whatever editions they made. I'm talking about the original, like, on-release version. Was mostly Disney. Yeah. Here we go. Use the skills. Then, ride on. We killed that one instantly. Good. Victory! Okay. This is the next area. I don't know what's at the final floor, but we're gonna find out. Anything else? We need to use a fairy orb. Let's see. Ah! 2 more rooms. Yeah. This will be the end. Look at HoloLive. I'm sorry, I was never a VTube fan, per se. There are a couple VTubers in the indie space, or in like very, very small talent agencies, that I like, mostly because of their presence outside of streaming. You know, you get to know them as people, and so you know, I like a couple of them. But big corpo VTubers, I mean, I think I knew, like, in the big space, I think I knew about the character Coco because of her propensity to basically act like your average Japanese girl and then start swearing in English. And I thought that was funny that she basically had a native English accent, right? And she'd swear in English, and that's funny. But I didn't watch any of their streams, I just watched clips. So, how do I phrase this? Like, when people talk about what's going on with these different agencies, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm sorry, I really don't. Like, it's a general disinterest in drama, coupled with an extra disinterest in the medium itself. I mean, I have a VTuber avatar that I use sometimes because when I don't want to be on like on camera, but I don't consider that synonymous with the enterprise of VTubing. I spent $0 on it, you know, despite having it, you know, fully set up with hand tracking and everything. But no, there's just a couple indies that or smaller agency VTubers that I keep an eye on. But otherwise, like when people say that bad things are happening in X group, I don't know. Okay. Magic. Telling everyone to use magic, and I'm right on the crap out of this. Damn. That one's almost dead. Oh, wow. You murdered them. Yeah, they're both dead. Perfect. That is a VTuber agency. VTubers aren't usually, depending, like the big popular ones aren't like normal YouTubers. They actually are in a structure modeled after the Japanese idol industry. And the corporations basically dictate how they can and can't operate, but in exchange for that, they receive a massive amount of support. And by that, I mean, like, a marketing budget behind them, and all kinds of other really big, what do you call it? All kinds of big support. Like, how do I put this? A lot of VTubers wouldn't be able to afford like the $10,000-ish to get like an absolute premium rig and you know, full body tracking and all this stuff. There are collaborations that happen between different companies that wouldn't, like, these companies wouldn't pay attention to just a normal person, but when an idol what do you call it, talent agency comes around and talks to them. They pay attention because this is big advertising bucks, right? And so they make deals in the tens of thousands of dollar range, as opposed to us plebs, where when I put on my VTuber avatar, I spent $0 doing it, you know. So they make enough money from social media. Oh no, they the agencies take a cut of your profits, and the idea is that the big massive VTubers are all making so much money that they can pool that into a fund, and that's how it works. Yeah. Dante's Blades. Guess that's it.
Oh, hello. I didn't know I had company.
Oh, is that Mimiru? Oh, yeah.
Greetings. I'm Mimiru.
She's a character from the Japanese cartoon that predated these. Yes. Before, what do you call it? Yeah, dot hack sign, before dot hack infection, mutation, outbreak, and quarantine. She looks like Black Rose, doesn't she?
Something wrong?
Oh,
Same character template.
I've never seen a character in that color before. Red's pretty rare.
Yeah, all characters that use his model are green.
And you're pretty powerful.
He became red as a result of getting his bracelet, his cheat ability, basically. Why does she have white hair? I think it's just the lighting. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just meeting up with my friend here. Huh?
What? You call me all the way out here and now you want to change the location?
Thanks, Bear.
Sorry, I just got an email saying the location's changed.
She got all the way down to the bottom of the dungeon before that. That's funny.
That's how it is. Hey, wait a sec. Use this if you'd like.
Mimiru's sword.
Well, see you around.
I like how her sword's still on her back. I guess that's her spare sword. Very special. All right. Change of venue. But now, talent agencies are something that was completely normal before YouTubers independently did things. Like, if you wanted to get on a television show, for example, because remember, there was no YouTube, right? So if you wanted to get on a television show, typically a talent agency would be your best bet, you know. They would send over appropriate talent when the show needed people. But idols are a little different. It's how do I phrase this? It's all about building up hype, and they're playing a character. That's very important to understand. It's not like me where I mean, I'm to a certain extent, I'm playing a exaggerated version of myself. I don't care so much about the things I talk about as me talking about them would, you know, convince you. But I tend to be more engaged, you know, online. And so what I'm trying to say about this is aside from that level of energy being slightly higher, I'm still myself when I'm using my VTuber avatar, right? You know, I'm still like playing me, essentially. Whereas a VTuber is actually playing a character. They are an actor or actress. At least the corporate ones are. And, you know, when they quote-unquote graduate, aka they are laid off or quit. Because in the idol industry originally, they, when someone would graduate, they would move on from being an idol and go to movies or television or whatever. They would graduate to better things, right? Well, they still use that term in this industry, but it just means you were fired or laid off, right? You probably aren't moving on to better things so much as you are disappearing because your character, your intellectual property rights usually stay with them. They provided all of your background, all of your, like, they provided your character, your background, your equipment, and your 3D model. They basically provide everything. And then you give it up when you leave. And so, it's a job. That's what it is. It's, yeah. You said, Perfect Blue? Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is there are some people who manage to hold on to their intellectual property rights, but they usually get a smaller share, or they get less support, or there's some exchange that happens. But in general, when we talk about VTuber agencies, we talk about me not giving a shit because I don't like the entire enterprise. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not going to shit talk the individual people who make it their jobs, obviously. But the agencies themselves and how they operate is kind of counterintuitive, or sorry, not counterintuitive, counter to how I would want things to work. Is how I'd phrase it. Anyway, got kicked out of that area after we got Mimuru's sword. Pretty sure Mimuru's sword is too low level for what we want to do anyway. Have a look-see. Yeah, it's level 27 rare. That might actually be good enough, considering it's rare. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in the bank for now. Anyway. 4 items. Let's store these first. And then put that away as well. You only watch the Dot Hack anime. If you watch Dot Hack Sign, then you would, what do you call it? You would understand the very beginning of the game, because at the very, very end of Dot Hack Sign, the last few seconds, remember when the big white monster appears and, what do you call it? They discard the area. They, like, dump the whole area, and that's where it ends. Well, what ends up happening at the very beginning of the first game, this is the second game, very beginning of the first game, that monster is chasing the little girl, Ara, through the labyrinth, and that's where your journey begins. But so this is your one entire game behind at this point. We're in chapter 2 right now, the second game. So a whole series of events happened since then. We just met up with Mimaru in one of these gates, but she's not a main character. She's a cameo. Same thing for Bear and the others. Sora is the Blade Master guy, the guy with the dual blades. He'll show up in the Dot Hack GU series as Haseo, but he's playing a completely different character at this point. Same human, but you get to control him. All right. Is this quite an expensive game nowadays? Yes, and you definitely shouldn't buy it, and I'll tell you exactly why. There is a good chance if you buy a copy of this game, you're going to get a burned disc and not an actual legitimate copy. Like, there's a lot of scamming going around. So, my recommendation is if you're going to get these games at this point, the company doesn't sell them anymore, so just download them off the Internet Archive. I normally don't advocate for piracy, but there is no way to legally pay the company to have this game. So, in that case, I do advocate for it. Because you cannot legally obtain a new copy. You have to buy used, in which case you risk being scammed, or you pirate. Those are your only choices. Okay. So let's see. I have all the things. I have a lot of storage containers, so, but like, I held this up the other day just because, like, Majora's Mask. I have never given up any of my games, and my consoles are still working. All right. Anyway, let's see. Does your wife use a gaming handheld? No. Outside of like emulating on the her cell phone, no. For the most part, what do you call it? She plays casual games. She also plays whatchamacallit, the Final Fantasy XIV, and she plays Nintendo games. So, you know, she's more casual than I am. Of course, she also does like arts and crafts and things like that. Like her office / sewing room is like right above where I play my games down here in the basement. So, as far as that goes, do I remember the first RPG? The first RPG I played was a text-based MMO on what was referred to as a bulletin board service. This was before the mainstream internet. Back when we used to use our modems. You remember the modem sound? The connection noise? Let's see. Modem connect sound. So instead of connecting to... Hold on. Yeah, that sound right there, yeah. Whoops. Anyway, instead of connecting to, quote-unquote, the internet, you would connect to these smaller networks that had, like, somewhere between 100 and 300 people. They were called bulletin board services, or BBSs. Anyway, on them, you would have these text-based MMOs called multi-user dungeons, or MUDs. And those were the first RPGs I played. They don't exist anymore because they were tied to their online service. You didn't download them. What happened was you basically booted up a thing called Telnet, right? And your computer became a terminal that accessed the network and operated an instance on that network. That's how it worked. Anyway, I love Diablo 1, absolutely. Do I remember any of those games? Vaguely. I remember one more strongly than the others. But I probably couldn't play them today because that was, decades ago. But as far as the first game that I owned, I actually brought it out when I moved here. It's the Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt combo cartridge. That was the first one I owned myself. Noting that there are many games I played beforehand with help from other people. Anyway. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what the hell. Oh, yeah, Chaos Gate. We gotta go to the other server. Yep. I'll tell you, when I first started modifying games, I I got a Game Genie for the original Nintendo, and I got it because Battletoads sucked. I mean, Battletoads was awesome. It's just that there was a section of it called the Turbo Tunnel, and I needed infinite lives. I was not consistent enough to be able to redo it, and I started getting pissed off about having to restart the game. So I got unlimited lives by modifying memory addresses in Battletoads. Yes. Okay. I think we can keep our party as is. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and disband the party.
Right then. Farewell.
Good. From here, let's get a different party together. Not what the developer intended. Correct. The developer intended that you suffer and eventually win. But it was a very arcade style of suffering. Let's see. Warcraft 3's map editor? Yes. Oh! You guys made Dota. Okay, let me let you in on a little secret. So in Warcraft 3, I really enjoyed hero arenas. Like, I love the different hero arenas. One day, a hero arena came around called Defense of the Ancients. I didn't like it very much. Now there's a whole genre based off the hero arena I didn't like very much. No shade on the people who play them. I'm just saying that that's my life. Okay. Now then. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let's get Elk in here. Elk and Mia. Oh, no response. They're offline for now. I guess we can get Marlo in here. Hell yeah.
Oh, all right. Keep your pants on.
Why? Next, let's see. Elk can't come. But maybe we bring some good old-fashioned Natsume.
Thank you for choosing me. I will do my best.
Yeah, that's Shion from Xenosaga. She got better at voice acting, I will say that. Anyway... I need to buy a few things. Common sense to collect some medicine. Sorry. Buy. And then... I'm debating what we need. I guess if we look at the Fortune Wire, got 81. Sprite Ocarinas were capped. Fairy Orbs. Let's grab another 20 Fairy Orbs. Yeah. And as for the Bloods, we got plenty of those. Got plenty of the Bloods. So, let's go talk to our boss here. You need special skills. Ah, he hasn't taken over the NPC. Fair enough. Our boss is this dude named Leos, who takes over NPCs and controls them as the system administrator. Okay, I think that's about it. Let's have a look at our party members. Let's see what they've got going on. It's status. Okay, so he has a really weak weapon. We're gonna have to get him a new weapon. Bat earrings, spirit armor, electric guard. So he's kind of fine. Let's see about Hell's Gate. That's 14. We gotta get them both new weapons. There's no question about it. They're not gloves of the dark. We're fine. They're both set up. The characters have their own gold. Technically, yes, they don't do anything. You manage everything. You give them stuff. They choose to use it if they want. If they refuse, then you force them to, what do you call it? You force them to, through action commands in actual areas. In World of Warcraft, what did I play as? I started off as a human priest and did mostly PvE. I picked a warrior for PvP, specifically for Mortal Strike, because that was overpowered in vanilla. But I played as a variety of things across the time. It's just I stopped being quote-unquote hardcore at the end of vanilla. Right, I had done everything from Onyxia's Lair to Naxxramas back in the original game. And I kind of stopped at Battle for Azeroth. Just stopped hard. How many hours? About each game's about 30-ish hours, roughly. Yeah. Anyway, and there are 4 games. Okay. Ooh. Let's see, this one is from Linda and Henta Balmong. This one is invited here by Sanjuro. Okay, so we have to bring Sanjuro to this one. In that case, I'm just gonna open up a new keyword. Let's try Shapeless Vengeful Wave Master. That's level 50. Alright, time for everybody to die. I just need to grab some stuff from here. Summoner on PS2. I played it. I'm certain of it. I own it. I'm certain of it. I don't remember anything about it. Damn. First aid. Let's see what this guy's weak to. He's fire, so he should be weak to water. Marrow! Marrow. I can just summon Marrow. And it just does massive damage to the creature. Damn, Natsume's down. And I'm out of mana. This is scary. It's Protect broken. I'm just gonna hit it with Day Drain. Fuck it. Okay. How you doing, John? What have you been up to? Virus Core F. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna be in this area. Fuck it. I'm gonna drop the one dude, keep Natsume in our group, and then we're going to pick up Sanjuro. Yeah. So everyone scatter, party, remove. Sorry, Marlo.
Later. Maybe I'll go with you again sometime.
Sure. Next, we invite Sanjuro, because the area Sanjuro wanted to do is the next story dungeon.
Oh, it's you. Wait just a minute.
I don't think so. We don't have to wait. We are gonna go. You've been busy? Yeah, I've been pretty busy too. I've haven't been sleeping as much as I wanted to because busy, but I figured rather than passing out super early, I'd spend 2 or 3 hours doing this because I hadn't progressed this in weeks. Rogue Galaxy, that sounds familiar. Now I have to look. This looks super familiar, but I'm certain I haven't played it. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Oh. One list, Dying Madness, Haunted Land, and this one is Sanjuro. Let's go. When you wake up, first thing you realize you're out of coffee. I understand. I really do. Characters don't level and the weapons level. Okay. What I have to do is use a speed charge. We're gonna go, I have Fairy Orb as well, just in case. Don't want to have any trouble. Alright, looks like there's a Chaos Gate that's gonna open whether I like it or not. No, we got around it. Cool, let's go. Spirit portals. Yeah, I keep calling them Chaos Gates. Uh-huh. Mega Man Legends? I freaking loved Mega Man Legends. I also like the Misadventures of Tronbon. That was a good time. Okay. We're in this dungeon. It's a dead carcass as opposed to a living carcass. Same type as the previous enemies, though. Dark type. Oh shit, they use death. Death doesn't instantly kill you, it just takes like 80% of your health in one hit. Which is pretty awful if they follow it up with a strong attack, or like a combo. But, let's hit him with Ride On. Ride On. See the way I hit Elemental Break? We'll just data drain him now. Good. There's a, what do you call it? There's an indie developer who's working on a game called Zeta Gal, right? And it's going to be a Mega Man Legends-like, but with, like, some precise platforming and, a few extra goodies thrown on top. And, I've been following this development for a couple years now. It's probably going to be at least, like, 3 more before the game actually comes out. But, as far as somebody wanting, like, another game that plays like Mega Man Legends and feels like Mega Man Legends, that's going to be it. Zeta Gal. I'm just hoping that what's-his-name, the Sheep Lad developer can actually deliver on his game that I went ahead and kickstarted. I mean, I see his progress all the time. It's just, he has a tendency to get into shenanigans and yap on the internet where he shouldn't. And it's funny. Let's drain this guy. Yep. What was Mighty Number 9? So, this guy named Keiji Inafune kind of didn't correct people when they called him the father of Mega Man. He is not the father of Mega Man. He, not even close. But, he kind of rode that false impression to he was more on the business side of things. Anyway, he contracted a company, which I very much like, called Inti Creates, to make his game, right? And why is Quarantine like 300 plus bucks? Because nobody has a copy of it, and the people who do are typically pirating them and selling them to you for 900 bucks. Sorry, for 300 plus bucks, so that you will pay them for something that isn't worth it. But that uncomfortable reality aside, so basically, Mighty Number 9 was made by Inti Creates under Inafune's direction. Inafune turns out is not a very good director. And so, what do you call it? Basically, Inti Creates made a good game before Mighty Number 9, and they made good games after Mighty Number 9. But Mighty Number 9, the Inafune game, is bad. Now, there is a good Mighty game. It's called Mighty Gunvolt Burst. But the reason that's good is it's a Gunvolt game. Which, yeah, no, those are good. Yabusa. That's a fire type, so we'll hit him with Water Meros. One shot. The Meros can kill these little guys in one hit. That's good to know. Sleepy time. So what's happening, Alan, is that I am tired, but at the same time I don't want to go to sleep. So instead of sleeping, I'm doing like an hour or two of this. Okay. I haven't played this in a while, so I figured, why not? Everyone use magic. And then that one's a lightning type. I'm gonna use Rhydon on the dark type. Hello, hello. Oh. We'll hit him with the good old data drain. Yeah, so the Black Marsh stuff was referenced in an Elder Scrolls novel.
Bloody egg!
Bloody egg! What do you call it? Gregory Keyes' novels. The, Lord of Souls and the other one. Oh boy. I am slow again. I must speed up. With the power of the speed charm. Updo. Break and break. Break those eggs. Okay. Am I looking forward to anything this month? Path of Exile 2. I'm going to be doing early access to that, the beta. Path of Exile 2.com. Go. December 6th. Yes. That's what I'm going to be doing. No question about it. I'll be running this on December 6th. Don't know how well it'll run on my PC, but I don't care. So, it's gonna be something fun to do. What's one reason the Dunmer don't like Argonians? It's not that they don't like Argonians, it's that they don't like everybody who's not Dunmer. And so, when they say a disorganized set of tribes that are ripe for the picking, they go and, well, should I say House Dress specifically goes and acquires them as labor. But keep in mind that, like, the reason that they don't do the same thing on the northwestern border in Skyrim is because the Redoran are honorable warriors and will fight them to the death. Okay? Like, they won't, you know, excessively enslave them. Unlike House Dress, whose whole job is to send expeditions into Blackmarsh and acquire workers. Yeah. But it's less the Dunmer don't like Argonians and more that the Dunmer don't like anybody, and the Argonians especially don't like them. But the Dunmer and the Nords have been at war since ancient times due to shenanigans at Red Mountain. Okay. Something about the spirit of Shore being summoned back to the world, and the devil of Dagoth causing issues. You don't even think the Dunmer like each other? No. In fact, they take what are referred to as house war contracts out on each other, where the government basically says this particular faction is going to kill everyone in this particular town. It is a sanctioned act. And they will fight, but only in that specific town, not letting it spread anywhere else. Yeah. They dumbed it down to anti-elf racism in Skyrim. Well, Skyrim completely forgot about the religious histories behind basically everything. What the hell is that? It's an earth type. Magic. Hitting it with rocks. I can do that too. That's water. Water. Wood. Rajub suck. Yevon Heart Pack doesn't make sense. Correct. Oh, the screen's still Path of Exile. Sad. Sad. Oh yes, unfortunately it was me going in this room, hitting this thing with trees. I told you guys I'm sleepy. Nobody believed me. They didn't believe me. I'm playing this because I'm tired, and I don't want to sleep yet. So I thought I'd yap at people on the internet. Well, what do you call it? So, yeah, what was it? As far as, the Ebonheart Pact is very silly. Because, yeah, these people have ancient hatreds that they put aside because the Akaviri attacked. And apparently, those ancient hatreds just suddenly don't matter anymore. It's very weird. Let's see. But then again, ESO was developed mechanically first. More than anything else. I don't hate ESO, but at the same time, you know, special. You said it was the stupidest thing in ESO. I'm trying to think about what would be dumber. I mean,
Golden egg.
The Daggerfall Covenant was just boring. Like, that's, I was trying to think of what would potentially, you know, be an issue, in terms of storytelling. It's like, aside from Rivenspire was pretty good. The time-traveling books. Yes, obviously. That's the statue. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the statue. Finish these up first. No! Stop it. Here's the thing. Despite the fact that the Ebonheart Pact is a stupid faction, if you go and... if you actually do Eastern Skyrim, not Western Skyrim, but Eastern Skyrim, it's better written than Skyrim, for sure. Like Elder Scrolls V. It is way better written than Elder Scrolls V. In my opinion. But then you have a kind of feud between these different different successors to the throne of Skyrim. And so it's an internal political conflict, which is the main story. Alright. Lawrence Schick is working for Larian? I think Lawrence Schick worked past tense for Larian on Baldur's Gate 3 as the principal narrative designer. But worked past tense isn't the same as, you know, a full-time employee. I suspect very much he was a contracted worker, and when the game was completed, his job was done. I could be wrong on that point, but that's as I understand it. Grab the chest. Demonic sword.
So, this is the famous sword. I want it.
I'll give it to you, Sanjuro.
There you go.
Thanks, kid. Here, take this.
This is...
Blades of Bond.
Silence, kid. Take it and be on your way.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Okay, we did Sanjuro's side quest really quick. We can go back to the main quest and do the next step. There are other quests that we can pick up if we get the NPCs to like us more. But I cannot be bothered to get all the NPCs' affections maxed out. So, I'm gonna log out real quick. We are leaving the game, going back to the bulletin board. There's nothing new on the bulletin board. Let's check the desktop. No new mail. Let's have a look at the news. Ah, yes, of course. See, they use the neuro goggles to access the, what do you call it, the world, and people get put, into a coma. Oof. Crazy stuff. The neuro goggle sales were through the roof, though. Serious business. The mega float is beginning. DC corporations made a lot of money. Different emails. I should log out and check my email. I can't wait to get another aura message like this one. Predicted VR, you say? Okay. Okay. One or two more areas before I have to drift off to sleep. So let's do it. We need a party first. Party of 3. Give me... I guess just Black Rose and Minstrel. Yep.
Okay, here I come.
You said that girl gamers help gaming quite a bit. You do realize that it's very, very close to 50-50 now. Unlike in the past.
Alrighty, I'm coming.
The what do you call it? The biggest thing though that people misunderstand when they hear that what do you call it? Female gamers make up almost 50% of the gaming population now. They misunderstand it as we should make things less sexy, when in fact it turns out the majority of female gamers like playing as sexy characters. Turns out that's the that's the grand misunderstanding developers make when they see the demographics. They don't realize that in fact the number of prudes is actually quite low, and that more people appreciate cheesecake than was anticipated. Yes. All right. Right. Dying Madness. Haunted Land. Here we go. The protected area we're gonna have to hack in. One, two, three. 1, 2. Complete. All I'm saying is there's going to be massive culture shock when the current generation starts getting into politics and starts getting into pop culture more. Starts becoming pop culture icons, I should say. Yep. We're hacking the gate real quick. Going to an area that's sealed. This is a broken area. Rudeness is culture, not gender. Correct. And that's what I'm saying, is that developers are learning the hard way that when they try to pivot their demographics, they are not hitting their targets. Not to say they shouldn't try, to appeal to a larger audience, but they need to understand that larger audience and not end up appealing to nobody. Because it turns out appealing to nobody means you make no money. Okay, restorative. Oh. Right. Yeah, the how do you do, fellow kids is an insidious thing. You know that the more recent Saints Row game is a result of two things. One, too much pressure by investors to meet deadlines. And number two, how do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, those are the two primary forces that ruined it. Insufficient time and too much pressure, coupled with how do you do, fellow kids. Right on. Okay, first aid. Ani done. I'm gonna steal this thing's item. Imagine producing quality writing with HR breathing down your neck. Not just HR, more like marketing. That's the main issue that they have to deal with. Magic go. Good. So imagine marketing, okay? Marketing looks at trends. They look at social media as like a big space, try to figure out what people want. Social media is not an accurate way to figure out what you should and shouldn't put in your game. But, it's definitely driving game developer decisions, specifically decisions that are being made for game developers. Like dictates that are being handed down. This shall include X, this shall include Y. And the developer's going, okay, boss. Yep. There are people who are ultra vocal demanding things on social media who do not represent the main gaming population that doesn't care about things. People don't remember this. I said this before. I got pretty well typecast by the internet because back in the early days, I was making fun of the SJWs. Now I make fun of the anti-woke people because they're both spurgs, right? And at the end of the day, I don't respect internet spurgs. People on social media who screech about this or that. That they are both examples of people to be mocked. And, how do I phrase this? Basically, the, I've been with social media since its inception, and I've seen these very loud people who just want to ruin everything for everybody else. And unfortunately, that's who game developers are listening to. Yeah, they're listening to ultra loud people, and or how do I phrase this? Perceived demographics, right? The number of people who say they care about a certain thing is actually inconsequential compared to the number of people who will purchase a thing. Because the majority of people who complain about things don't actually, aren't actually present in the marketplace. Yep. You say turning the frogs gay, but that's actually the global elites. They're putting chemicals in the water. We learned about this on Alex Jones before he went bankrupt for claiming that victims of a tragedy weren't actually victims of a tragedy. Okay. Yes, I'd like to throw... I'm gonna throw the flaming rod in there.
Did you lose a golden axe? Or was it a silver axe?
Neither one.
What? Neither one? Let's see. Then is it this? Till next time, goodbye.
You should check out Alex Jones Explains Evangelion.
All right! This item is way better than before.
Hell yeah, the bolt rod. Okay. Get out of here, the death. Hello, bolt rod. That bolt gun, it's a wizard version. It's called bolt rod. In the dungeon we go. No. Alex Jones Explains Evangelion is an amazing piece of art, for sure. Okay. Well, let's just charge on straight through to the end. I think that might be the smart thing to do. Damn. These guys are fire types? They use magic. They're already dead. I'm gonna buff myself before we go any further. Yeah. I'm gonna use different types of oil. Blood. Blood. I said oil. I meant blood. Blood calls out for blood. I'm just buffing myself up so things go faster. Alright, same thing here. We're gonna give warrior blood, hunter blood, and we need wizard blood. We're increasing everyone's accuracy and damage. There we go. Speed. Up-do. We're going down. Descending deeper. Yep. Yeah, Alex Jones Explains Evangelion's pretty good. Skills. Good. The final boss of this dungeon is going to be a data bug. Going to require the death, of course. I gave up the death. It's fine. Really. Yell breath is fine. Dark Traitor. No, I don't want to give up Dark Traitor. I want to replace it with something else. Ooh. Tier 1 fire sucks. Get out of here, Meteor Storm. Hello, Dark Traitor. Yeah, we're fine. The Hanged Man. There we go. Getting lots of loot here. Yeah. These are higher tiered magic, meaning we're just going to be ditching the lower tiered magic in exchange. We'll get a lot more money than what we're giving up. Magic scrolls, they're everywhere. Fine. Fairy orb, let me see the dungeon. We're going straight for the boss room. No delays. Do it. You heard this game? This is the second game in the series. Whoop. Come on. I need to... First aid. Revive me or I'll haunt you, she says. Yeah, this is the second game in the .hack series. It's called Mutation. We just finished Infection a couple months ago. We got Outbreak and Quarantine. Then we got the .hack GU games. Okay. The death. I do not need the death. Give up the death. Kill it. They're already dead. Hell yeah. Okay. Do it again. Skills, go. Almost there. A couple more of these need to die, but otherwise we are good to go. What dropped? 2 trapped treasure chests. Let's use that fortune wire to open them. Ugh, sleepy time. Thunder gloves. Okay. Dropping for thunder gloves. Probably something terrible, like the forest gloves. Yeah. These are awful by comparison. Same deal here. What was that meme of the guy from X-Play explaining we haven't touched the controller in 20 minutes? What was that? No, it wasn't 20 minutes. It was, sorry, 40 minutes. And they're just shrugging. And that reminds me of the... like... several... Yeah, Sessler. Damn. He's gonna kill me. Okay, good. They're killing each other. What I'm talking about. Done. Move away for a second. I'm looting things. Letting her kill that creature. Right on. Let's see if she can revive Mistral. I want to see if it works. All repped. Yep. She did it. Cool. What was the meme, though? It was, Jace. There was this particular script writing, snafu. No, I don't see it. It was special. It was, fine.
My favorite part of all.
There was a really interesting segment, and I'm trying to find the actual shenanigan, and oh wow, is it? Hold on, I'm looking real quick. Okay, I'm going through a lot of really weird memes, which, no, I can't find it. Let's see. Alex Jones was just really into anime before he started talking about psychic vampires. Yes, exactly. Oh, jeez. No, I can't find it. There was a particular meme that was based on the old X-Play, but okay, I'm gonna check one more area where it might be. It was I don't think it was Genji. Let me see. This might be it. Okay, I think we found it. No. Unfortunate.
To be novel.
No. Oh well. It was worth a shot. I looked for it.
Invisible egg.
But yeah. The wait. We have the thunder anklet. Let's go ahead and keep that. But then we're gonna drop the holy tree mail, which is bad by comparison. Damn it. She has a level 15 blade. I don't need any of this. I'm just gonna proceed onward. Otherwise, we're kind of screwed. You know what? Let's give a few potions over to Black Rose. Yeah, I'd like to give you 20 healing potions.
Yeah.
That will give her quick heals, and that way I can break these pots and not feel horrible every time I do that. Good enough. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna go crazy. Okay, that's the path down. Get there as soon as possible. We're not looting anything here. Killing monsters. Gills go! That guy did punch me a lot, and then he died. Oh no. He went, no! And fell over. That was funny. Resurrection. Oh. That's a protect break. Victory is mine. Let's get out of here. Look up one more thing really quick. I'm gonna see. Someone said I posted it at some point, so I'm gonna look. From user me, and then the yeah, I'm looking on. Maybe I said writer. No. What a shame. No, that's not the clip I was looking for. Someone said that I had an X-Play clip. I did the search, and all I found was, in fact, the original Super Mario Brothers movie. And people are like, you mean the one that was live action? No, the cartoon one. See, in the Super Mario Brothers cartoon movie, they get isekai'd into the what do you call it, Super Mario Brothers game, and they must rescue the princess. And let's see, what ends up happening at the very end is they are so happy, like they've rescued her, and then the dog that was in their group had the spell broken upon him, and he became the prince of the Flower Kingdom. And then Mario passes out when he realizes that, in fact, the princess is made to be with the with the prince of the Flower Kingdom, Princess Peach and the Flower Prince, and so that is the end, as you can see. There you go, and that is the canonical ending to the Mario Brothers movie. Mario, despite liking the princess, was not destined to be with her. What a shame! What a shame! Okay. Damn. This hurts. Right on. I need to data drain this bastard. He's gonna die. Yeah, the Prince of the Flower Kingdom was actually the dog that was following them around the entire movie. The princess ended up with the dog over him. Okie dokie. Here we go. Okay. This is gonna be it. Something's gonna happen. Get ready for it, everybody. Cages. Why are the cages broken and empty? What was in them? Which bird?
When the finger points to the yonder moon, the fool will not look at the fingertip.
Fucking epitaph of Twilight. Yeah, at present I only have Xboxo controllers. I got a few Switch ones as well, but mostly we get compatibility with PC. So the reason for this in particular is we're using an emulator to give the game widescreen. Remember that the original game only had what do you call it? Standard definition. But there's a particular hack in the emulator that lets you get full screen without stretching the image. And that is good. Balmung! Hell yeah!
It's you again.
I'm not going to argue with you. However, I have to know. Tell me what this thing that lurks within the world is.
It doesn't concern you.
Yes, it does.
Balmung will become a playable character in the next game.
Balmunk of the Azure Sky, Orca of the Azure Sea, aren't your goals the same?
We're here to save Orca. And Orca was his partner, and his partner was put in a coma.
Isn't there a connection between the girl Aura and this disaster?
I don't want you to meddle any further. I'm telling you, do not get involved.
Unfortunate. But hey, we got our another epitaph piece, so this is good. Email time. Yes? No? No email? There we go. I knew we'd get an email. Before we log out, though, let's go save the game. I can save your progress at the save shop. Fine. Overwrite the data. We can go now. Let's log out and check our email. Remember renting this game from Blockbuster? I didn't rent a whole ton of games from Blockbuster. A fair few. But I used the rentals as a kind of, do I want to buy this situation? One thing I'm glad I rented and didn't buy was the Virtual Boy. That thing was a headache-inducing machine. Anyway. Play it for more than an hour and get eye strain. Aren't these red lines just lovely? Alright, what do we got? Reply, there we go. Yep, what I wrote on the board about the Epitaph of Twilight. Oh, okay, cool. We found an area that might, deal with the Epitaph of Twilight again. That's good. How'd I do it? Oh, very simple. I put in contacts. I don't want to. Not these days, especially. They're a pain in the ass. But, no. When it came to the Virtual Boy, I just used contacts. Due to your actions, there is a significant increase in our workload. Stand by for a while. No matter what happens, do not move. You notice that our boss, the guy who runs the game, is saying don't do anything. Meanwhile, our partner, this lady, is saying go to this area. We're going to that area. No question about it. Okay. You said, real life females are super civil 90% of the time. Yeah, but Leos would be a jerk no matter what. Like, he's always a jerk. No matter what. That's kind of his one personality trait. We do what he says because he's threatening to delete us, even though he doesn't actually have the capacity to do so. Our bracelet allows us to enter the game even if he bans us. Like, it's that much of a cheat item. But we are in complete violation of the rules that the system operates under. So as long as he believes we're working for him, he'll turn a blind eye to it. But that's only because we can open up areas that are partitioned off from his space. I think that would be a good MMO again. If by a good MMO you mean one that isn't a World of Warcraft clone, unlikely. Very unlikely. Unfortunately, World of Warcraft clones are actually derivatives of EverQuest. And despite EverQuest being pretty damn fun in its height, it was a theme park, right? And so all successive MMOs are probably going to be theme parks, or they're going to be so small that nobody's going to notice them. Those are that is unfortunately the reality of the situation. Let's see. You need good Ragnarok Online clones. Hey, I have vague memories of grinding slimes in Ragnarok Online. Geffen Tower, this and that, like vague stuff. EVE Online. Yeah, I did an Amar Guardian for a while, but I only did that because the corporation was paying for my equipment. They needed my piloting skills. They could easily produce Amar Guardians on their own. They just needed pilots, and I was one of them. Once that whole conflict stopped, I stopped giving a shit about the game because I wasn't there to play the economy. So when things kind of started settling down into economy mode, I went and played other games. Anyway, right, we need to get Black Rose in here. Pilot? Yeah, an Amar Guardian and EVE Online. See, EVE Online is all about piloting different ships, but you can only pilot ships that match your skills, and I had all the required skills to pilot a logistic ship, one that basically restored the shields of other ships. And so what you could do is your ship was able to feed energy to another ship, right? At an amplified rate. What that meant was the more energy I could put in, like, I could spend a certain amount of mana and give them more mana, right? And so what would happen is you would get into a chain where all the Marguardians would feed each other energy and create an infinite loop of infinite mana, essentially. And then use that infinite mana to restore the shields of other ships that were getting damaged. And it was a fun thing. It was a fun thing, but when but I only played it specifically for the social aspect and the combat, not for the economy game. Even though I had 2 laptops running the game that were auto mining, ignore that. I did not care about running a corporation. I did not care about being a corporate officer. I did not care about the, what do you call it? I did not care about the economy game. So I did not, what do you call it? Wow. That's funny. Okay. I forgot the bot was programmed to delete that word, and Twitch deletes that word automatically, so when I approve the word on Twitch, the bot just deleted it on its own. What is this world? Okay. To be fair, I had an extensive block list of words on the bot for like the longest time before Twitch added their own block list functionality and basically didn't require that anymore. And I'm just like, okay. Let's get our party in here. So we need the Black Rose.
Okay, here I come.
Damn right she does. Next we got Mistral. Mistral's a housewife who's going to have a baby. Seriously. She is. Black Rose, on the other hand, is just looking for her brother who went missing playing this game. He's in a coma, but like his character is still logged on and missing. Whoa, boy. But no, as far as MMOs go, I'm presently in the middle, well, not in the middle. I'm always playing Final Fantasy XIV. My wife and I play that together. And, you know, again, it's more about the social aspect. I don't think it's a particularly spectacular game, but I enjoy it all the same. Anyway. Let's see, what do we got here? I enjoyed Turtle WoW. I really did. I don't think I'll be playing anytime soon. Okay, according to Wise Man. Wise Man's in this area. We're gonna go talk to him. Fair enough. I don't mind. This is a water area, though. Alright. Here's the shrine. Go north. Surprised this area isn't all glitched out. Most of the areas get glitched out toward the end. Going into the dungeon. Monsters are going to want to spawn on our way in there, but... Oh, never mind. They failed. Cool. What do we got? Oh, damn. You know what? No. This is a cool palace dungeon. I like palace dungeons, but we have to come back. And there's a reason. I picked up too much crap. That's the actual reason. Tribes 2. I mean, it's a fun game. It's like a deathmatch, team deathmatch sort of game, right? Planet Tribes. Did you know Planet Tribes was the website that hosted all your base belong to us? I have to sell things. That's my job now. I'm selling all the junk. The Hanged Man, the Lovers. We're keeping the Speed Charm for now. Zero Wing, yes. Take off every zig. You know what you're doing. Move zig for great justice. We're just selling things at this point. I know it's not the best thing to do, but I just need my inventory clear before we go to the new dungeon, or I'm going to be pissed. Okay, the Ninja Anklet. Yeah, we're going to keep these two. Keep these two pair of boots. Because we're going to swap between those to use different spells. But everything else needs to go. Okay, we can go back to the dungeon now. I'm going to save it before we go back to the dungeon, because I don't want to clear my inventory again in the event that I actually die. Which has happened a couple times. I have, in fact, game overed more early on than anything else, but still. Let's see here. Cool. Okay. Now that our inventory isn't full, we can go back to the dungeon. Fine. So. I got maybe 1 or 2 more dungeons in me before I gotta go off to sleep. I know we've only been streaming for 2 hours, but I looked at the time and I said I don't want to go to sleep yet. And that's what prompted this live stream. People ask me all the time, what's your streaming schedule? And the answer is, when I'm not busy with other things. I do try to stream on Friday and Saturday, though. I make a concerted effort to do that. It's just, I don't always succeed. So. Alright. Before we get going, let's use some bloods. Yep. They get stuck in the geometry, they do. They absolutely do. What happens when your followers put you on /follow and go AFK? I can't count the number of times in both World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV the wife has done that. Here we go. This what kind of monster is this? I can't see its stats. Okay. They're darkness types, which means ride on. Here we go. Everybody, use magic. Better. Much better. Those hammers hurt pretty much. I'm paralyzed. That's rare. You can ride on them. Good. The ride on is much weaker. We're about to die. Heal, please, thanks. Okay. Let's really quick hit him with data drain. We're cheating. Okay. Virus core E. Fuck, she's down. I look at first aid, please. Oh, she can't be get the first aid. We have to give her the antidote. Yes. Rip main. Good. Now that she's been rip mained, let's hit him with Thunder Coil. Awesome. Killed them both with Thunder Coil. So they're super weak to Thunder Coil. Okay. keep that in mind when we run into more, which we will, guaranteed. Before we do anything else, I'm gonna do 2 things. Alright. Hello, hello. You have arrived just at the wrong moment, because I realized that I must get up and go AFK for just a sec. Not too long, like, I'd say 2 to 5 minutes. Pretty short, like. But, I'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll be doing more of this. We're gonna finish up this dungeon. Maybe, when I get up, I'll get enough energy in me to do, like, 2 or 3 more dungeons. Who knows? I'm on the verge of sleep, but we're not sleeping yet. Be right back. Setting things up, hold on. There we go. So, as I was saying, we need to do one thing out of game first before I can get back to it. Edits. Entirely. There it is. Current stream's audio bitrate is lower than expected. What? That doesn't mean anything. Okay. As I was saying, you need the cat ear headset. Yes. Yes, indeed. But seriously, I've been busy all day, and I didn't want to go to sleep, so I just immediately kind of booted up a stream and decided I'll continue this game a little bit before I go off to sleep. What are these bats? The butterflies. They have no element. I'll hit it with Gale of Swords then. Let's do it. Gale of Swords ain't good enough. Gills, go! Yeah, they're just taking generic amounts of damage. What a shame. Right, meow. Yes. Alright, let's do Meros. Boom, 800 damage. Used up almost all my mana, but it's glorious. It's just a little summon that nukes the enemy. First aid. Yeah. Go grab loot. Alright, I'll take it. Alright, is nice. It's an AoE. Oh, that is a melee immune enemy. That's a magic immune enemy? How? We gotta hit him with Gale of Swords. There's no other way to kill him. So let's order everyone. First, I'm gonna give myself a Mage's Soul, I believe. Yeah, Mage's Soul. Then we need to order everyone to attack physically. And we're gonna use Union Battle to get them all to attack this one. Then use Gale of Swords. Look at that. Massive damage, hell yeah, that's using the right abilities. I want to see what he produces when we data drain him. Hell yeah. Up, down, left, right, shoot, shoot, shoot. Of course. Ooh La La is one of the best, not one of the best, but one of the most memorable characters. Up, down, left, right, shoot, shoot, shoot. Fair chest. Take it. I think, didn't Space Channel 5 have a sequel? I've never played it. But I played the original. As for anything by Sega, what are you talking about? Sonic 1, 2, and 3, as well as Sonic and Knuckles. Those were classics. Sonic CD was a hit and miss, depending on the levels. But, yeah, the classic first 3 Sonics, freaking love that. So, talking about Sega, I actually kind of like Sonic Forces in a twisted sort of, this is so bad, it's hilarious, I love it, sort of way. But no, Space Channel 5 was a good game. What's the other one? Rappa the Rappa? Okay, the Starving Ogre can only be killed with Gale of Swords. Let's do it. Okay. Here we go, Gale of Swords. He dead. Wrong. Other one's a pain. We're all freaking paralyzed and getting smacked. Wow, her Rhydon didn't do anything. There we go. Now he's dead. Get out of here. Don't need all red. Only murder. This particular enemy is a darkness type. So we should hit with Rhydon. Did not kill him, unfortunately. He's pretty weak to Rhydon, though. I think I can just do another Rhydon. Yeah, he did. About to open the trap chest without using a fortune wire. That would have been painful. Disarmed. Loves of the dark. They cure me. I'm like, you can cure yourself. I gave you like 99 antidotes. Let's go back. I see too much. Part of me wants to open up all the portals in the dungeon, but the other part of me says you don't need to do that. Stop it. You only need to do that for like the first certain number to open your view book, and once you get your view book maxed out, you don't need to worry about that anymore. And the other part of me says, but if you have anything in excess of the cap, it'll count towards the next game when you transfer your data. I'm like, God damn it. And so these conflicting thoughts. The real answer is ignore it, because we're at a point in the game now where we just need to win. Attack. Use physical skills. Yeah, we need to use physical skills to kill this creature. Gale of Swords. He dead. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Bearcat egg.
Bearcat egg. I don't know what I'll do in terms of raising grunties, but I don't think I'm going to go for cap in this game. Like, I'm not going to go and do every activity. It's just too much for me at this point. Good. Give myself a speed charm. Apku. Should play that bombing run game soon. I really want to, but there's just way too much on my plate right now. Hold on a second, let me grab it real quick. Bomber crew? Bombing, no. Not bombing crew, not bomber quest. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. That's the game I was looking for. Yeah, so there's this game on Steam right now. 50% off. It's called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. And you can see right here, it's, it may remind you a little bit of Jet Set Radio. Sorta, little bit. But it's also insanely moddable. As in, like, you can just basically create your own characters and put them in the world. And so, like, I've seen Eggman and stuff like that. But, yeah, this is a game on Steam right now. It's 50% off, and it's just kind of a spiritual successor to a number of games, including Jet Set Radio. Yep. Anyway, just something I thought I'd mention called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk instead of Jet Set Radio. I'm looking what's in my shopping cart, lol. Fur Squadron, apparently. Because it's the successor to Star Fox. I don't think so, though. I don't think I'll get around to playing it, so I'm not going to buy it. Okay, let's go. Blast. Fireball storm. That hurt. Everyone's getting massacred. Gone wrong. Okay. Good news. We are not yet dead. So we're going to use antidote on Mystery. And then she can heal everybody. Good. Right on. Wolfenstein 3D mods. No. I don't think I have. I need to see where the hell we're going. There you go. Gotta be this way. Okay, attack. This guy right here, when you hit with Gale Swords. That elemental hit just wreck him. This little guy, unfortunately, can paralyze us, so we have to be careful. Skills. Hit Rejuve Suck. The elemental hit him with wood. Is that an element critical, she says? Yes. Yes, it is. But no, I don't think I've ever covered Wolfenstein 3D mods. To be honest, while Wolfenstein 3D was kind of my first FPS, I ran over it real quick to get to Doom. And I kind of lived there, if you know what I mean. Doom, Quake, and Half-Life were the games I dumped an ungodly amount of time into and actually made levels and game modes myself, specifically for LAN parties. Yeah. There's this one guy who got uppity when I was doing Doom with my VTuber avatar, and I showed off this guy right here in the background. You can see him with the cross, like banish this abomination, and they didn't like that very much. They were very uppity about it. It was funny. Let's see here. Honestly, Doom is really when I just want to be, it's a comfort game for me. Yeah. You said no sense of humor. They were offended by the fact that, the character seemed feminine, that it was anime. They were offended on all levels. It was really fucking funny. You know. Let me see here. Asked me a thing. No, I don't see it. No. Oh well, let's get going. Of course, it's on the same level of. Hold on, let me put on the other one. They make headphones for men, you know. Okay. Anyway, I don't have these set up right now. It's not that I can't use them. They're fully charged. They're just not set up at the moment. I'm using the pink controller though, as opposed to this one. Someone got offended when I called the person getting offended over my headphones, a snowflake. Someone else got angry about that. Like, a bolt rod, excellent. Let's finish these guys off. One of my favorite sayings that I stole from the internet was, all clothing is unisex if you stop being a little bitch about it. Anyway. Fortune wire. Gloves of the Dark. Whoops. Yeah, we're having everyone do physical attacks, and then we have to kill this ogre specifically. So, kill the ogre, we're gonna go with Gale of Swords. Excellent. Oh no. Kill them. Oh, we can data drain this. Let's do it. Hell yeah. Okay. That's a darkness enemy. We can kill it with thunder coils. Dead instantly. Alright, this one. What is this one? This one is a wood type, so we need to use an earth element attack. Just happens that I have no earth element attacks. What if I were to switch out my boots for Giganzot? Yes! That is powerful. Damn right, it's dead. The answer is swap out your boots. Just in combat. Doesn't matter. Swap out your boots. Different spells attach to different boots.
Bearcat egg.
Bearcat egg. There we go. Oh, jeez, I'm almost dead. Alright, let's hit that with Rhydon. And then have everyone else heal. Thing is trying to heal. Use the skill drain on it. We should be fine. We're good. Ask me a question over here. Let's go. Gloves of the Dark. We're gonna be able to sell all those Gloves of the Dark for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah! As soon as I hit 99 potions again, I'm gonna have to turn around and mess with some stuff, but pure water's good. There are certain high-value treasure items in the game that can only be gotten by trading specific dungeon resources. The Dungeon resources provide a buff to a certain element, and for players who are min-maxing, or not me, they absolutely love to have those buffs. So they'll buy them in stacks of like 50 or so, and expect you to trade them at least a certain number in exchange for whatever rare item they happen to have. Okay. The explanation is those rare items aren't for their class, so they're just looking to offload them and get Mune. Updo. Keep it up. Looking for Wise Man. He'll be around here somewhere. He's a little, beast race guy. Giving myself full buffs, because I can. Then we turn around and give Wizard Blood to Mistral. Beast Blood is magic defense. Hermit Blood's magical attack, yeah. Same deal. Warrior. And Hunter. Okay. We should be good to murder everybody. What kind of monster is this? It is a water type. Means if we use Fire Tornado, Vivekrom. Do it again. It's already dead. That was a mini boss. LOL. Next. Are we just gonna be fighting these guys from now on? I guess this is just a floor that has extreme manta rays. The day that Steve Irwin died, I found out about it not based on some sort of news article, but rather someone told me a joke that the Steve Irwin sunblock was recalled because it didn't protect against harmful rays. Alright, let's see. Going this way.
Bearcat egg.
Bearcat egg. Kill them all. They are wood type, meaning I have to use earth. Giganzot. Victory is mine. That was pretty quick. Yep. Yeah, you know when people say too soon or whatever? I seriously hadn't read any news articles to know that he was dead. So that was how I learned that he died. Was someone on the very same day making that joke. Okay. Antidote. Got 3 treasure chests, and then we gotta go grab the statue.
Bearcat egg.
Bearcat egg. Damn it. Let's trade her, I think. These games popular at a point in time? Kinda, yeah. Considering they made a Japanese cartoon. They made 4 video games. Then they made another Japanese cartoon. Then they made 3 more video games. And then they made a spin-off. There was also, in Japan, there was an MMO using this format, but it was multiplayer, obviously, because it was an MMO. But it looked like it used these graphics in this setup, yeah. What happened to the franchise? They finished it. Dot Hack Link was the final game that concluded the story. It also didn't sell as well. So, you know, they just decided to wrap it up. There were a couple extra movies as well. Those didn't do very well either. Armor of Hell. We're in the second game of 4. In the first 4 games, you can kind of pass your what do you call it? You can pass your data forward. Ending when it should have ended, yes. They wrapped up the story, and that was it. But as they explained it, like, they assembled several major creatives to do this franchise, and when they determined they were done with it, they were done with it. Okay.
Bear cat egg.
Bear cat egg. This guy is immune. I have to hit him with yeah, he's immune to magic. I have to hit him with Gale Swords. Dead. Usually you can just run in and smack enemies, it's not a problem. But occasionally you'll get a monster that is tolerant to a specific element. What's your opinion on remakes? I usually have a very low opinion of remakes. I'm usually not excited for them. Unlike, I feel like people get it in their heads that a remake supplants the original, and in doing so, they end up missing the forest for the trees. I think the Silent Hill 2 remake is a great example of that, where Yahtzee, despite his quote-unquote reviews not really being reviews, more like haha funny jokey summaries, but he ended his review on a very on a statement that resonated with me personally. He said they took something very unique and made it like everything else. And I kind of agree with that assessment. Now that said, there is definitely room for quote-unquote remasters. And when I say remasters, what I actually mean is updated ports that fix technical issues with games. Or update the, what do you call it? Or update the... I don't want to say visuals, but like the control scheme, for example, the input method. There are some pretty severe issues in old games with how games are controlled. And if you can fix those, then you can definitely earn my approval for a quote-unquote remaster. But usually remakes and remasters, I just don't get excited for, period. And I haven't purchased any in a very, very long time. So when I talk about having played a remake or a remaster, usually it's because a friend of mine has handed me the controller, if you know what I mean. Oops. Dragon Age Origin could definitely use a modern port. Yes, there are some severe problems with Dragon Age Origins. Not only how it's controlled, but I think the fact that it crashes a lot. All the dungeon portals are open. We finally got around to doing that. Hell yeah. Yeah, I did not find my target. I'm gonna give up and leave. I got the Zot statue. Just asking for a cure. Heal yourself. I have to tell them to heal each other. They don't do it automatically. You dress up for streaming. Yes, actually I do. I do dress up for streaming. I put on my my cat ear headset, you know, and I use my pink controller, and people either laugh or get uppity about it. It's funny. Anyway, long ago, close to 15 years ago, when I started posting videos to the internet, I, what do you call it? You have no idea why a pink headset aggro so many people. It's funny. It happens all the time. Of course, the VTuber avatar does too. Lol. It's so funny. No, but what was I gonna say? No, a long time ago, I'd get home from work and I'd have like a couple precious hours to do shit. And so I would not bother changing out of my work clothes, right? Well, now, whenever I need to be on a Zoom call or whatever, I just like to be ready for it. That's all. And so, geez, we can't use magic on this guy. We can only hit him with Gale of Swords. Gale of Swords! Ringer dress shirt is basically your trademark, yeah. I mean, I'm not above doing a cosplay or something. I'm just, too lazy for the most part. But, seriously, the real answer is that, during the day when I have to do actual work that I won't tell you about, that I don't want to give the internet the ability to fuck with me, I'm frequently on, online meetings, and, if I decide to turn on my webcam, I want to look respectable, lol. And so, I just, kinda have this as my default. I'm sitting in front of my computer outfit. I got plenty of shirts, I got plenty of ties. And, believe it or not, I have plenty of headsets, too. Not just these, and not just, the cat ear headphones. I've got a nice variety. But, let's just say, my associates will never see me in cat ear headphones unless they look me up online. And then I'll deny it and say it's somebody else. And if they are linked to this clip of me saying I'll deny it's somebody else, I will double down and extra deny it's somebody else. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what they believe, because I'll continue saying what I say regardless. Yeah. So, we are good, I think. Let's activate this. No, I don't think Wise Man's in this level. Like, yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna gate out back to town, fuck this. I don't think we were able to find Wise Man. Like, we looked through the entire place. I must be in the wrong area. That's my assumption. Because if I look at the keyword list... Yeah, apparently Wise Man was supposed to be in that dungeon. That was the one I went to. I don't mind doing another one. Yes. Are you so comfortable? Do you not have, like... Do you not have, proper-sized shirts? I will show you a little secret, though. You see, what you do underneath is you unbutton the top button. And then it's being held together by the tie itself. And it's as comfortable as you let it be. Why would, the real question is, why are you buying uncomfortable clothing? Now, I will also admit that I haven't purchased a shirt for myself in some time. My wife buys them for me. She has for over a decade now. Coming close to 2. But, what do you call it? Even then, I don't understand people buying clothes that don't fit. You shouldn't be crushed by your clothing. Clothing that's too tight is awful. Yes, yes. Okie dokie. I've also been losing weight consistently. What I mean by that is, like, my ring doesn't actually fit. If I'm gonna go do, like, yard work or whatever, this comes off. So all of my clothes are kind of a little bit big on me now. Okay. I jog and do stair climbing exercises. And by stair climbing exercises, I mean I literally have a flight of stairs I go up and down. It's not a machine, it's just literally stairs. Okay. So, let's go back. Actually, let's sell first. Let's sell before we go back. Stairs? Where? In my house. I go up and down the stairs in my house. Oh, when people think of stair climbing exercise, they think of some kind of elaborate machine, but no. Okay. Let's sell the junk. Same deal here. We're gonna need to put away the blades of bond and stuff like that, I think. The armor of hell goes away. I'm trying to find which ones. Yeah, freaking gloves of the dark. That's a lot of money. Get bracer, ninja socks. Instead of ninja scroll, it's ninja socks. Give me 2. Good. We'll put these blades away now. For the items. Okay. We need to put away all of the elemental items. Store water. What else? The swords, yeah. That should do it. We should have a nice clear inventory. I'm gonna go save, and we're gonna go back and do that dungeon again. Assuming it still exists. Save. Oh, give me a sec. This is some lip balm. I have a sense around Christmassy time when, not Christmassy time, but rather Halloweeny time when we started to run the heat in here. My lips have been drying out pretty frequently. Yeah, not much I can do about it. Like people, when I put on my whole ass blonde wig for Halloween, I had bright red lips, and people thought that that was lipstick, but it was actually just extreme irritation. Yeah. Is this emulated? The original game does not have widescreen support. It would be in standard definition. We're using a hack. Alright, here we go. You'll notice that the user interface is stretched, but the in-game isn't. That is a hack of an emulation hack that lets us play the game at higher definition. Not that it really means much. A dot hack. Oh no, the dot hackers. Nope. Big juke shot. Get cured. Get cured. Okay, let me try to figure this out. So the area information is Dazzling Sages Arctic. Let me... Dazzling Sages Arctic. Part 1. I see. So I have to find a very specific room in B3 of the dungeon. That's important. Got it. Mm-hmm. Machine Head back in the day? Couldn't say so much. Classical, Celtic rock, and European power metal. Those are the three main genres I'd listen to. Noting that there was, in fact, room for other music of other genres, but I never bothered really with figuring out which songs I was listening to, per se. I just kind of had them in a playlist. But I didn't go out of my way to memorize all the songs and or genres. I never really listened to a single full album, but rather I've always picked and chosen from specific songs and from different bands. And as a result, I'm not how do I put this? People who'll ask for band recommendations. I don't fucking know. But yeah, you said like Through Fire and Flames. I think the one I've always chosen to best represent my taste in music would be a song called Steel Gods of the Last Apocalypse. And you can find that on YouTube or whatever. You can just go find that particular song and listen to it. The intro especially kind of gives you an idea. Alright. Everyone, use attack skills. Okay. Then Gala Swords. The ogre is dead. Next ogre. Oops. The Gala Swords this guy too. Good. God damn, I'm almost dead. Heal me. I'll take that Bearcat egg. I'm gonna need to drain this guy. You bet. Hold on. Let me find a particular piece of memory. Yes, I know it's spread. Virus core E, that's fine. But no, I'm trying to find a particular thumbnail I used when I played Shadow of War. I didn't finish it. I kind of got stalled because I didn't really enjoy the power curve as much as I thought I would. Let me pull up the actual thumbnail I used for it though, and kind of see what I'm talking about. This is the thumbnail I used for my Shadow of War there, and you from on the left side, that is from an album called Unholy War Cry, and I remember that being particularly good. That's what do you call it? That's the actor who played Saruman, and then on the right, that is the actor who played Gimli, being the Mentat to the House Atreides in the Dune 2000 video game. Yep. But yeah, that was it was a fun time making that thumbnail, that's for sure. Okay. I think it was... Let me grab a particular... If I go over to audio, right-click, volume mixer... Pretty sure. Yeah, I can mute the sound entirely. Okay.
Engagement Dune.
Each of the houses.
The house which produces the most spice controls Dune. There are no set territories, no rules of engagement.
Vast armies have arrived.
Okay. Here we go. There he is.
Welcome, conscripts. I am Nori Moneo, Mentat to the Duke. You won't regret joining Leto's men. Not when we won Dune and we're all rich with spice, eh? Riches? Is that why you come to this bloody sandpit? Crawling with Harkonnen who'd rather drink your blood than their mother's milk. Filled with worms, the length of 100 men, keeping you clinging to the safety of rocks like children. Let me remind you, we are here to fight for the Duke. For the Duke! We will mine spice in the Imperial Basin, and for the Duke, we will rid this land of Harkonnen. Keep that in mind, and you'll be Dune men yet.
All right. But what if... hold on. Is that Gimli? Yeah, that was the point. That was Gimli. Yeah, in our Shadow of War memory. You got it. But hold on. Let's pull up some what if the people who made Command and Conquer made a Dune game? And they said, can we get Brotherhood of Nod in here? What if we make them a fan fiction great house?
There is a 44.9% chance you are a Harkonnen terrorist. There is a 32% probability you are an Atreides spy. We will accept these odds. My name is Edrico, Mentat to the House Ordos. We will brief you on your mission. Harvest the spice. That is your mission. Avoid the Harkonnen. Avoid the worms. That is advice.
Hold on. Okay, now, what if we go absolutely crazy with it? So, the rule of the Dune universe is that you are not allowed to have AI, okay? AI enslaved humanity back on Earth, okay? They are, like, there's a cultural and religious ban on AI to the point where what they do is they take people and they enhance them into quote-unquote mentats or thinking, what do you call it? Human computers, essentially, right? What Ordos does is they create an AI and they plug their mentat into it to pretend like the mentat is just a mentat, when actually they're using forbidden AI, okay?
We see the whole of it. 3 great armies in ruins. The Padishah Emperor camps between the Baron and the Duke, but he is weak and hatred is strong. We see our mercenaries are restless. They would just as soon kill us as kill for us. We must be prepared to slaughter our own. We see Atreides attacking the Fremen. We see Harkonnen with the Death Hand. We see the Padishah Emperor is the root of it. His palace must be destroyed. Our saboteur will see to it. 3 great armies in ruins. The Ordos control Arrakis, the spice, the universe. Finish it! That is the mission.
Yeah. They're a pretty fun fan fiction, great house. You miss Westwood? Yeah, I do too. Why is the spice important? The spice, the most important reason is because it lets these guild navigators fold space. They can teleport around the galaxy. So trips that would take multiple generations, like hundreds and hundreds of years, can be done basically overnight, in a matter of minutes. And that's the most important reason. There are other reasons, like, you see this guy's blue eyes? That's because he's been taking the spice. And that gives him, like, psychic visions and shit, right? That's the spice can expand your consciousness as well. And yes, it's in the food on Arrakis. But yeah, the most important reason is faster than light travel. But there are other issues as well. So let's get going. Damn, I'm looking up at my as I'm getting ready to play again. I look up at the television set on my wall, and I'm seeing this, and I'm like, I'm gonna close that. Okay. Jeez, you gotta turn the game sound. There we go. Slightly unsettling, exactly. Yeah. Thunder coil. Do it again. Ooh, can we hit them both? A Drain Arc can hit both of them at the same time. It'll only animate on one of them, but we'll hit them both. Ivory Graves, and yeah, 2 sets of Ivory Graves. That's glorious. Being able to drain multiple enemies at once is rare, and I enjoy doing it.
Golden egg.
Golden egg. A miracle substance, yes. And that's why all of the great houses in space fight for control of the planet. There's plenty of planets out there, plenty of settleable star systems that they can go to. It's he who controls the spice controls the universe, they say. There's also an episode of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, in which Mandy becomes a worm, and it's explained that she, like, her workers uncovered a special type of cinnamon, and her cinnamon mines have made her all-powerful and immortal. And Billy ends up going on a quest to find the exact opposite of cinnamon in order to defeat her. Little does he know that he's actually been sent on this quest multiple times, and she has lived through and seen every attempt on her life. Whoop. But she lets him fail every time because she thinks it's funny. There was another episode of Billy and Mandy in which the entire town was getting mind controlled by an evil goddess. And when she asks why the mind control didn't work on her, the evil goddess says, mind control doesn't work on people who think. And they left it at that. That was the explanation. All right. Whoop. Gotta kill this creature. I think it's weak to magic. I'm gonna try hitting it with... Let's try Meros. Meros murdered it, hell yeah. Took most of our energy, but hey. That was worth it. I've got plenty of Mage's Souls in reserve if I need them. Let's hit her with an antidote. Thank you, XOXO. Oh no. Meros. Okay, for 700. It's not good enough. Vivek. That's better. We're just hitting him with magic at this point. Vivek Rom. Good. They keep poisoning her, though. We've got tons of antidotes. They've got tons of antidotes as well. Okay, attack skills only. Then, yeah, this guy's immune to magic, so we just hit him with Gale Swords. Yep. One more Gale Sword should finish him off. I'm out of magic. That's what the Mage's Soul is for. Then, before we go into the next room, I'm going to abuse the crap out of something here. Drive smash? Oh, damn. Let's hit him with magic. Hit him with magic. He's a darkness type right on. Cool. Before we do anything else, we're gonna start buffing. Buffing first. Meant to not having seen the entire series of Billy and Mandy, nor have I seen a whole lot of different cartoons. However, what I have seen, mostly due to them being memes, is just great. Just really great. Okay. Let me see. What do we got here? Speed jump. Now we'll be able to go to the next floor. I am getting ready to fall asleep, but we'll give this dungeon one more shot. Do what? Magic. Vivek Rom. That's really good. Okay, these two are darkness types, which means I should be able to hit them both with Thunder Coil at the same time. Perfect. Look at all those numbers. Yeah, I've never seen Gravity Falls. People talk about it. People show off the little pyramid head guy. But, the Illuminati creature. But otherwise, know nothing about it, unfortunately. Probably will never find out at this point. Okay.
Bear cat egg.
Bear cat egg.
What now? Trying to remember all of the different shows I've seen, which is a lot, but in terms of like Western content, I remember seeing Legend of Korra and being extremely disappointed that, I mean, it's functionally a well-constructed cartoon, but it also pisses all over the world building of Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? It's very clear the same care wasn't put into it, despite the characters being, like especially the antagonists being good mirrors to the Korra character. It's just that if you care about continuity and consistency and good writing, again, it kind of does a major disservice to the stuff that's come before it. Okay, let's see. Beast Wars in the Transformers series? Yeah. That was interesting because it tried to be its own thing, and then like you can see when they basically flipped a switch in a single episode and said, okay, we're gonna reference all the Generation 1 shit now. Okay, you can see where they stopped being careful, and they decided, no, it's going to be a part. Like it's going to be a part of the original continuity, right? They, I don't say that it's bad for doing that. I'm just saying, like, the contrast in tone is very obvious when they made that decision internally. A lot of its connections to the old continuity were
implied, but not overtly stated. And then at some point, they just decided to stop being careful. Now, what I liked the original Transformers. I thought Beast Wars was okay. I did not like Beast Machines. I thought Beast Machines was, poorly done. We're collecting antidotes. I mean, we use the antidotes frequently, so it's worth doing. Pure water is also good to grab. But then, yeah, there's 2 treasure rooms on our way through. We're gonna loot this entire dungeon. You know what I really liked? I liked reboots. I thought it was funny how they went from... That show flipped a switch as well. Like, they went from this light-hearted, cartoony show to all of a sudden, toward the end of the first season, being very serious, and then ending the show on a cliffhanger. And then the next season of Reboot completely changed in terms of its tone and presentation. It was a completely different game. A completely different, I need Earth, Egonzak, here we go. Yeah. Are you done with Transformers? I mean, I may end up watching a different Transformers show at some point, but if you mean the movies, then yeah, I'm not bothering with any of the movies. I might consider seeing a series, especially if the wife brings it to my attention. Most Japanese cartoons I end up seeing are because the wife wants to watch them with me. It's really funny because, like, people ask me, what does your wife think about you watching Japanese cartoons and having anime girl, what do you call it, anime girl character, like, figurines and stuff? I'm like, well, I mean, he bought this one for me. As a gift. I didn't ask for it. So, big ol' shrug. We end up watching the shows together. Virus Core E. My goodness. I do think that there are a lot of people out there that can't quite wrap their heads around the idea that Japanese cartoon characters are non-existent. And that as long as you don't use them as replacements for your real life, who gives a shit what you like? Okay. Common water. Now then. But then I show this meme off, and it's, who is it? Hold on. It was the Darth Vader, could have sworn it was right there. Looks like I don't have it in my useful folder where it should be. Favorite Japanese cartoon? Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's a movie. It's good. Okay. This is one of the memes I have a tendency to show off, and it flummoxes people. Because I will, you know, I'll be showing off some of my favorite characters, like the Tamamo, you know? And then I'll also have that up at the same time. And people get a little confused, you know? Okay. Whoop. Gotta kill these things. Don't let the gotcha player see this. Well, I mean, it's official that I do actually like some of the characters from Gacha Game. It's just that I don't see myself ever spending major amounts of money unless it's like for an unboxing video that I know I'm gonna make my money back on or something. Like, and once we get into quote-unquote energy bars, in Genshin Impact that's referred to as resin, I stopped playing. I'm like, oh, this is work. This isn't a game. This is a job. And I'm like, nope. Closing a couple of the windows here. That's going on. There we go. All right. Appreciate me for getting into Daggerfall. I'm very glad you were able to get into Daggerfall. Like, there are a lot of people out there who try it and they bounce off the starter dungeon. And, you know, that, like, I have Daggerfall New Player's Guide and I have a Morrowind New Player's Guide, and I'm super happy tons of people were able to get into the game due to those. My advice isn't top tier, it's not the most in-depth, but I tried to make it the most accessible and varied. In other words, really aim it at a new player and not necessarily a min-maxer. Just someone who wants to enjoy the game. But there are some people who got angry at my Daggerfall New Player Guide for not showing every step of the character builds, and I'm like, that's because you're supposed to come up with the details yourself. I'm not trying to control how people play. All right. Going down to floor 2. Floor 3, yeah. So the guy I'm looking for on our second trip here should be in one of these rooms. And it should be that empty room over there. So we should go to the empty room last. Yeah. I'm gonna fully buff before we do anything else. Don't want to have any problems. And then Black Rose will give her Warrior and Hunter. Basically damage and a hit, and then Hermit and Wizard for Mistral. Basically increasing her accuracy and damage with magic. And she doesn't do melee. And then we just murder the crap out of this creature. I hit it with Vivekrom. That's a water type. You can see how Vivekrom just eats away at its health. It's basically dead. Good. Yeah, we've been in this dungeon before, but we didn't find the right room, and even then, sometimes you gotta come in a second time for it. Fuck, I didn't mean to use another fairy orb. I meant to use a fortune wire to open the treasure chest. Trapped treasure chests. These gloves of the dark we're gonna be able to sell a lot of for good money. Okay. Damn. It's using a tornado. Oh, it's dead already. That was an elemental critical. You got it. These guys have a tendency to drop treasure chests more often than not because they are technically, and I say technically, mini-bosses. Okay, that big room up there should be where the dude that we need to talk to is. But instead, we're going to go this way. We're going to go into that room last.
Their cat egg.
Their cat egg. Vivekrom. You can see how Vivekrom just burns the creature away. It tries to hit us with water, but we're good. We've opened all the dungeon portals, which is great. Dungeon portals are part of the Ryu book. Let's actually try using the Ryu books. I haven't tried that in a while. I think it might be worth trying. Oh, we can't use... We can only use them in town. Makes sense. It does do a whole cutscene thing when we try to use them. Loves of the dark. Okay, it looks like we've already got the statue in this dungeon, and the statue doesn't respawn, which makes sense. They do not want you farming the same area over and over. They want you going and... trying out new keywords until you've done them all, basically. Hold on. You're being... Okay.
Their cat egg.
Yeah, every time we sit down to play Final Fantasy XIV, we end up getting roped into side content. She's been in the same spot with the main quest for most of the year. Which is fine, because, you know, whenever we sit down, we have fun. But I manage to eke out more playtime than she does, because she's got more varied hobbies. She likes to do, like, arts and crafts. Specifically like sewing, needlework, what do you call it, cross-stitch. Yeah. Final Fantasy XIV is the online game, correct. It's a good game, too. Just, I have trouble recommending it to everybody because the reality is it has a difficulty slope, not a difficulty curve. What that means is the first 30 levels or so of the game are aimed at people who are new to video games. And people be like, you mean new to MMOs, right? No, new to video games. Then the like levels 30 to 50 are people who are new to MMOs. And then around level 54 or so, things start to get more complex. And by level 70, things might even be considered a little hectic. And then the game caps at 100 right now. But it's funny how, like, it is not a difficulty curve. It is a low-grade slope that will slowly get you to that difficult point, but will bore the hell out of a lot of people who do not get invested in the world and characters. What's your favorite Final Fantasy game? Okay. I think Final Fantasy VI is the best constructed Final Fantasy game. From a, like, when I detach my own, like, what I consider to be my favorite from it. When I talk about what my favorite is, that would be Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy IV is my favorite because of Cecil's character arc. He's basically tricked by the king into performing a genocide through the use of a magical object. And afterward, he basically gets expelled from the Order of Knights because he questions, you know, his king. And when he says this is bullshit, you know, they obviously cast him out. He goes on a quest for redemption and goes from being a Dark Knight to becoming a paladin. And it's kind of his redemption arc that makes me like the game so much. There's a varied cast of characters. They aren't incredibly deep, but they are his companions. But ultimately, it's Cecil being a compelling main character to me, in the sense that he goes through that redemption arc over the course of the game. I found that to be good. Now, other than that, are the pixel remasters good? I'd say they're pretty good. They do kind of change how some of the games are played. Like, the first game doesn't have mana so much, it has like uses per day of spell or uses of spells, I should say. And so yeah, his stats are completely neutered on becoming a holy man. That's not true, actually. He is reduced to level 1, but if you look at his stats, he is almost as strong as he would have been if you don't grind. If you grind, yeah, you're fucked. But if you didn't grind and you were just naturally heading through the story, you will be almost as strong, if not as strong, at level 1 as you were at the higher level. Meaning that as you level up as Cecil, which you will very quickly, you will end up getting stronger and stronger. Like, very, very quickly. To the point where Cecil's kind of overpowered, actually. If you're using his abilities properly. At least that's how I remember it. I remember him being stupidly overpowered for being level 1. And, but if you grinded beforehand, yeah, you'd be a stupidly high level, and then you'd be like, oh god, he's nerfed. I completely get that. I get that point of view. Because you could do it. Wise man, where are you?
Thank you for today.
Nice doing business with you.
You want to trade as well?
Oh, it's what's his name? Is that Spike Spiegel?
I want to ask about the Epitaph of Twilight.
The Epitaph of Twilight. That information won't be cheap. This is business. Supply and demand. I'll give it on condition.
What kind?
Will I play a game that I don't know the name of? I don't know the name of it.
Let me see. Give me some time. I'll give you the details by mail.
Wise man, can you join my party?
We'll wait, so make it cheaper.
Yes, exchanges are like that.
Bye. There we go. We did it. Supply and demand. We get a new email in the top corner. I knew it. Unfortunately, this is where I have to take off. I am sleepy. I know it's only a 3.5-hour stream, super short for me. but I've been busy all day. I've been working on the things. So, what's gonna happen now? I said you just joined. Unfortunate, but again, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that I was just trying to stay awake. Like, I was really tired, and I tried to... I used this stream as a way to keep myself awake. So, my goal, assuming I am online tomorrow, we should... Let me double check my thing over here. Okay. So, assuming I am not pulled into anything stupid, there is a good chance that I will be streaming Baldur's Gate tomorrow. I hope. We'll see. Maybe. But, it's nap time for now. I just needed to keep myself awake a little while. Mission accomplished. Good night.